WXII 12 News at 4:30 starts right now.
And right now at 4:30, investigators still searching for answers after the Las Vegas massacre. How the investigation has led officials to think an East Coast state could have been involved. Plus, Tropical Storm Nate is being blamed for several deaths. Coming up this morning, the damage is had on a few places and where it could be headed next. Also, days after he made comments to a female reporter, Cam Newton is now apologizing what he wants young people to do after witnessing his mistake. And good Friday morning. We have made it to the weekend, folks. I'm Devontae McKenna.
And I'm meteorologist Brian Slocum. We're close.
Close.
Got a long show to go, but then we're there.
Show to go.
Absolutely, too. Nate's back over open water, at least re-emerging in the Gulf of Mexico, and actually Southwest Caribbean on its way to the Gulf of Mexico. Still a tropical storm and could forecast to become a hurricane here before too long over the next couple days. But the center of the storm again over open water. Max winds. We got a 5 a.m. advisory coming up in just a little while. But max winds will be at about 45 miles per hour, expected to strengthen as it moves over those open waters, and we're going to continue to see that as we go through the next couple of days. The latest track of the storm pushes it to the northwest. It's picked up some forward speed, and that's why we're talking landfall by late tomorrow night and early Sunday morning in the Gulf of Mexico along the Gulf Coast of the United States. But potential landfall again, or at least brushing through the Yucatan Peninsula. Cancun is right here. Potentially with strong tropical storm, even a Category 1 hurricane. The big X factor is this thing is going to be over open waters, very warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico for about a day and a half. So the conservative landfall estimates sometime late Saturday evening with 80-mile-an-hour winds. It could be stronger than that. I think the biggest threat's going to be storm surge in this area with some wind and some rain then tracking across parts of the east. And then moving into the Carolinas. So we'll have some rain coming in, likely beginning sometime during the day, Saturday or Saturday evening. The morning looks dry for Saturday, but we'll have some showers and perhaps a few thunderstorms coming in. And we'll see some decent rainfall from that, something we certainly do need. So tracking, Nate, partly sunny and warm for Saturday, a chance for later day rain. Sunday would be rain likely, including a chance for a few storms. And then Monday, breezy with occasional showers coming through the area as the storm tracks. It looks like north and west of us, so we'll watch for that. Early morning temperatures are milder, 40s and more 50s on the map. We promised you that yesterday. High temperatures should be in the lower 80s again this afternoon with lots and lots of sun.
And Tropical Storm Nate caused some serious damage in Costa Rica. It's responsible for killing at least 7 people while 15 others are now missing. The president says more than 5,000 people are being housed in shelters due to that extreme flooding. And Nate is also being blamed for the deaths of at least 20 people in Nicaragua. The vice president there says at least a couple of those killed were eventually swept away by flood waters. This storm comes on the heels of days of unrelated heavy rain. And 4 states in the U.S. have since declared a state of emergency ahead of Tropical Storm Nate. Florida, Alabama, Louisiana, and Mississippi are all preparing for the worst this morning. Louisiana expects to take a direct hit.
The bottom line for people is that you need to be where you want to be and in the posture you want to be by dark on Saturday.
And to keep up to date with the latest track of Nate, be sure to download the WXII 12 News mobile app. It's free in the App Store and also on Google Play. At 4:33 this morning, the investigation into the Las Vegas gunman has turned up evidence that referenced searches for venues in Boston. That's according to Boston police. David Bienick has more.
Las Vegas massacre shooter Stephen Paddock used Google to search 2 areas in Boston, according to law enforcement sources briefed by the FBI. One Google search focused on hotels around Fenway Park and the other on the Boston Center for the Arts.
It's an FBI investigation and it's Las Vegas, and I haven't been briefed on that, so I can't verify that at this time.
There is no indication that Paddock ever actually booked a hotel here or traveled to Boston, and there's no indication he searched specific dates. Governor Baker said he'd heard media reports about this new information, but could not immediately confirm them.
We believe we and many others are fully plugged in on that investigation, and there is no imminent threat to anything in Massachusetts or New England.
Only a couple hotels around Fenway actually have views of the stadium, including the Buckminster and the Hotel Commonwealth, where from a top-level suite, guests can see several sections of seats, but not the field. Several apartment and condo towers also overlook Fenway, including some with units available for rent on sites like Airbnb. From their nearby building, this couple watched Lady Gaga perform 2 concerts last month at Fenway.
Have you ever thought about that as a security issue? No, I thought it was just cool to be able to go see concerts at the top.
And that was David Beanick reporting. 4:35 this morning, Cam Newton has faced a lot of criticism since his statement toward a female reporter on Wednesday. In the midst of it all, Newton was dropped by Danning Yoger. He has since released a video saying he didn't mean anything negative by what he said.
After careful thought, I understand that my word choice was extremely degrading and disrespectful to women. And to be honest, that was not my intentions. And if you are a person who took offense to what I said, I sincerely apologize to you.
Newton says he's learned a valuable lesson from all of this, and he wants younger people to be better than him. Well, this morning, a mother in Greensboro wants answers after her 15-year-old son was beaten to death 2 weeks ago. Greensboro police responded to a report of an attempted robbery at a home. Witnesses say they saw Jaden West involved in a fight with several other people inside. After almost 2 weeks in the hospital, Jaden passed away.
Anybody who knows him would tell you he was well-mannered, he was respectful, he was quiet, and that's where I'm lost, because for him to even be involved in any kind of incident like that is just beyond my belief.
Greensboro police say they are still investigating exactly what led up to his death. Looking ahead this morning, we're learning more details about President Trump's upcoming visit to Greensboro. The president is expected to arrive around 5 o'clock tomorrow, where he will then motorcade his way to Irving Park neighborhood. It's the home of Louis DeJoy and his wife Aldana Voss. DeJoy is a major contributor to the Republican Party and Republican candidates, including President Trump. The entry fee is $2,700.
I am an invited guest. That means I am not forking over the $2,700 or ever. That's just the entry level. That's not, there's some, I'm sure, that's given more.
And Guilford County Sheriff B.J. Barnes says he expects nearly 100 deputies will take part in security detail for the president's visit. Well, a huge congratulations to our very own Brianna Connor. Brianna was one of 20 people recognized with the Winston Under 40 Leadership Award. It's an award recognizing young professionals who are actively influencing growth in the Winston-Salem and Forsyth County communities. She was honored last night at a reception at the Forsyth Country Club. A big congratulations to Brianna and a day well-deserved off. Next on WXII 12 News, Russia and the U.S. are still in the mix with each other, but this time around, it's involving the National Service Agency, what one official thinks the Russian government stole from the U.S. Also ahead, 4 people out sick and hazmat to the scene, what seemed to be the problem at a Baltimore high school. It is 4:38 on this Friday. You're watching the Triad's #1 News.